Installing Windows on any Mac out there is pretty basic. You can install it on an M1, M2, or Intel Mac. I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty basic. All the links and everything you'll need will be in the description. I've already filmed this video and it didn't work, so I have to redo it, which is totally okay. Now, this is a demonstration of Windows already running on my Mac, as you can see. There's a few different ways to install it. The way that I did it is by using the UTM application. There's an application called Parallels. I didn't use that one. I tried installing it. It was not working on my machine, which is very unfortunate. If it works on yours, go for it. It's paid software. UTM is a free one. So make your way over to the UTM website, which is linked below, and you want to download that file. It's a pretty straightforward download. It's pretty basic. Now we will also go ahead and need the Windows ISO file. So you can install or download the Windows 10 or Windows 11 ISO file. Both of them can also be, if you just search up on Google, you'll be able to find it. I will try to link it down below, but just go ahead and just search for it on Google. You want to go to Microsoft's website, and within that website, there's going to be a few different options you'll have. Just fill out that specific website however way you want to, and download that ISO file. So now you'll have two files, the UTM file and the Windows ISO file. What you want to do is you want to open up that .dmg file, which is the virtual desktop application. You want to go through the initial setup. It's probably going to ask you a few questions. Just go through it. It's not anything crazy. But then you'll come into the main panel. So you'll probably have a panel that looks similar to mine. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on create a new virtual machine. Now when you do that, you'll be able to go ahead and actually click and basically go through and set up your virtualized system. So you can click on virtualize when that other panel comes up. You'll also want to make sure that you have at least like a little bit of storage on your device. You can also go ahead and make sure you choose Windows in the pre-configured screen. Now after that, you'll also want to make sure that you check on install Windows 10 or higher. You will also want to go ahead under that browse button where it says boot ISO image. You want to click browse, and all you're going to want to do here is search for that Windows ISO file that you downloaded earlier. So it's pretty basic. Again, it's just download the file and bring in that ISO file. Now after that, you can pretty much keep everything exactly the same, including your architecture and everything in your system. If you know what you're doing, you can change it. But in this case, I didn't. The memory portion, you might want to go ahead and change that as well, potentially to maybe at least like half the amount of RAM you have in your system. So if you have 16, go for 8. If you have 32, go for 16. And you can change it around wherever way you want to. The next panel or the next several panels will basically tell you to choose the amount of storage you want to have on your machine as well. So you can change up the amount of storage you want. In my case, I kept everything almost identically kind of stock. I usually swing for about 100 GB of storage, but again, you can choose whichever way you want to after that. Now after that, you'll basically be able to go through and essentially set up your Windows file exactly how you want to. And there's a lot of things you can change in the future as well. Now after setting it up, you'll be able to go ahead and create a shared directory. I didn't change that. And then at the end, it'll give you a summary. And this is where you're good. You want to go and click save. And then when you get a little pop-up afterwards, you want to go ahead and click on that little play button that comes up at the front of your panel. And that is almost it. You'll then be able to see the actual Windows system boot up, and it's really up to you to go through the setup of that Windows PC and go from there. So I like it. It's super cool. It's super seamless. It only takes about like maybe 10 to 15 minutes for the initial setup. It can take a long time. So if things look like they're not working out well, they probably are. You're just going to have to wait it out and be a little patient. So that's it. Let me know how it goes.